Good morning, good afternoon, good evening to you, wherever you're listening to me from. My name is Apostle John Henry Buanagis. I had a dream about the rapture last night, which I would like to share with all of us. Dreams about rapture is not new. A lot of people have had dreams here and there. Some are scary, some are wonderful, and so on and so forth. I've had countless number of dreams like that in my life. But this time, something very special about the rapture I had last night, which I would like to share with us. So I'll urge you and beg you to please take your time and listen to the whole dream to the end. I had my evening devotion with my family around 9 to 10 p.m. thereabout. We prayed, we studied the scriptures, and then we all went to bed. So just the way we had the prayers, the way we were seated and all of that, that was exactly how the dream started. I saw that we were seated like that, and by this time the roofing, the walls where we were in the room was not there in the dream. Everything was plain. The way we were seated was almost exactly the same way, but it didn't look like it was in the room or somewhere. Then all of a sudden, one of my children said to me, he said, "Daddy, look." So when I looked, I saw that the moon, it was kind of an evening. So I saw that the moon was getting closer to the earth. So the more the moon drew closer, the brighter the whole place becomes. So when I saw that, inside me, I knew what was about to happen. I knew something about rapture or about the second coming of Christ. Something like that was ringing inside my heart. So I was ready. And then I saw that a lot of people were lined up. We were also lined up. It's like everybody was people. I don't know where they were coming from. We're all going. Just like people we see in the videos or on TV, like the way refugees are gathered, like you're moving from one place to the other, something like that. And then we were also part. My children were part. I saw myself too. We were going. I didn't know where we were actually going. It looks like we were heading towards a place. So then the moon will draw closer again. Then the place looks very bright, brighter than before. So we moved and then we got closer to a place. Uh, it's like we entered a compound. We were many. I didn't know the end of the line, but we were closer to the the first line. Those who were in front. So when we got to the place, the compound, it looks like we now the number was not as huge as I saw, but we wanted to enter the house, and then somebody said that this place is not for you. Why are we coming here? A whole lot of questions. Then all of a sudden, I saw that the brightness of the moon, everything that was getting closer to it went up again, and everything became normal. And it's like the light went off. The light of the moon went off. The stars, everything was just normal in the sky, and everything went black, they give like they've given light out. Then some part of the people that we were standing with, they just vanished. As soon as I saw that, I realized no, something has happened. So I went out of the compound to see what has happened. Then I saw people crying, some people kneeling down, begging, some are missing. Every place have gone haywire. Everybody, there's confusion everywhere. People running, people kneeling, people rolling on the floor, people screaming and crying. Then I knew the rapture had taken place. In fact, I was shocked. I was really, really shocked why I didn't go. I went around looking at places. I saw some few faces I know. In fact, I can't mention their names because I don't know where this audio is going to get to. I saw faces. I saw people. Some of them I recognized them in the dream, but when I woke up, I couldn't remember. But in the dream, I saw a host of people that I know. In fact, looking at the number of people that went vanished in the rapture, they were about 10%. 10% of the whole populace. 10% only went. So I went around. I saw there was a place I went to that somebody was. I saw that somebody was cooking, was driving Banku, and and she was gone. Right? She was gone. The thing was on fire. She was gone, and her mobile phone was lying down, and it looks like somebody was chatting with her on the phone whilst the rapture took place. So I heard a voice on the other line on the phone. The person was asking her that, so have you finished the banco? How is it? And she was talking and she was not getting a response. I saw a certain house, a certain room. Somebody was pointing that room to me and said that this room, there's this woman and her children. She and the children alone. Every time you see them praying, morning, evening, like that, studying the Bible and all of that. And she and her children, fortunately, were raptured. That's what I heard. Fortunately, were raptured. When I went out, I saw some people I knew in a certain church that I attend. I have attended before. I saw a couple of faces that they were not raptured, and I knew those people. In fact, in the church, these people that were not raptured were not, they were tithe payers. Of course, comes to pay tithe, give offering, and they take part in some church activities. Sometimes I see them in prayer meetings, but they were not raptured. I saw a friend of mine who is an apostle also. I saw that he was not raptured, and the way I saw his demeanor, it looks like he was not uh, uh, he was not surprised that he didn't go. In fact, from the way I look at him getting close to me and then talking to me, it looks like he was not really surprised that he didn't go. I saw a great man of God with his guys around him, these boys around him, and he was calling. In fact, he actually called them, mobilized them, because in fact they were really hot. The way to look at them going up and down, they were taken by surprise. They were really taken by surprise. So he was calling them. I don't know whether they wanted to gather and then see what they can do. So we were moving here and then calling others so that they can meet. I saw A certain man of God too I know who is an evangelist. In fact, he is a resident pastor of a certain church. I wouldn't mention him. I wouldn't mention the church. And that man of God has been preaching about salvation, rapture, repentance, and forgiveness, and all of that. Mostly all the time, that's his kind of message. And he also couldn't make it. In fact, I saw people screaming, and myself, I was like, is that a dream? If it's a dream, then Lord, let me wake up, because I can't bear this. In fact, this thing cannot be real. In fact, I was holding the branches of a tree, shaking it, pinching myself to see whether it's real or it was a dream. In fact, everything looked like it was real. In fact, I came to realize that it was real. This thing you are seeing is not a dream. This thing you are seeing is real. The way people were begging, Lord, give me another chance. People were screaming. In fact, it was very scary. Everything went haywire. The whole place, in fact, people were all over the place, running here, jumping here. People were looking for their loved ones. Others too were kneeling down. In fact, this thing, the whole place was something else. Then all of a sudden, I saw that soldiers had come to town. I saw the soldiers I saw were not blacks. Most of them, let me say 99% of them were all whites. And it looked like the soldiers, the Nazis, like the how do you call them? These German soldiers in the days of Adolf Hitler. Those kind of soldiers, I saw them all around the place, and it's like they are sent by the Antichrist to come and gather those that couldn't go to the rapture. Gather them. In fact, people were running here. When you run here, you see this troop of soldiers. They will capture you, and then in fact, all these things were happening. So I got to a point where this group I was walking around, and in fact I was also going my own way, but it looked like this group around me, and they were captured by the soldiers. And then I don't know what happened. One soldier, I saw them having some time eating or bathing or something somewhere. So some of them dropped their guns, and one of them put a gun on something, and then he gave me a signal to take it. So I took the gun, and there were two guns. I took the pistols, and when I was going, another soldier met me, and then he said, "Where am I taking the guns? I should give him the gun." He didn't know it was two, so I hid one in my back pocket, and I gave him the other one. And then I went forward. When I went, I saw other people also having funeral. In fact, they didn't know what has happened. For them, they don't even know what has happened. Then I saw a certain guy. I knew that guy was a serious armed robber somewhere in a in a part of Accra. I know. I've I've stayed around that vicinity. I know that guy. He was also there, and then he and his group saw me, and then it's like they saw the gun on me, and like they wanted to take the gun away from me. And I told them that the situation in which we are is this, and we can't afford to be fighting over something like give me my gun. I want to lead. I want to hold the gun and all of that. It's not. It's nothing about that. If we want to find our way out, if we want to escape and liberate ourselves, then we have to be united. We have to work in unity. So they should allow me to hold the gun, because I am the one who brought the gun, and so many things happened next, which I can't really remember, and that was it. Now what happened lastly? Yes, I remember this thing. What happened lastly was somebody asked me, why didn't you go?" In fact, in fact, I told the person that if you ask me, why I didn't go, I can't tell you why I didn't go. I can't tell you why I didn't go. Because me, myself, inside me, I can't tell you what went wrong, what I did wrong that made me not to be raptured at that time. Sincerely speaking, and that was it. When I woke up from the dream, I was asking myself the same question. What was it? What was it? Now, there are a few lessons in this dream that I want us to consider. The first thing is that when when the rapture happens, nobody, uh, uh, the people that I saw that they are groups, to actually put this way, they are groups, different people in this scene I saw. They are the category of people that knew they would not go. They are category of people that didn't expect that they will not go. They are category of people that don't even care what will happen. And they are the category of people that knew they will not go. You understand? And pastors, some church members, some ordinary people are all in these different kinds of group. Most of the people that I saw that they went, in fact, are not pastors. Some of them that some people testify about them are ordinary people that took their walk with Christ very seriously. That is how I saw it. So this is how the dream went. And my take on that is that I have decided to spend some time and ask why I didn't go. Was I left for me to see what has happened so that I can tell it, or there's something that I have not noticed, there's something that I have not come to realization, which is exactly why I'm making this audio. Because you'll be there, you'll be out there, you think that you are okay, there's nothing wrong with you. In fact, you think you are okay, you have that confidence. But God does not work with your confidence, He works with His word. There are certain things that you may not have found out. You have to have that definite and closer walk with God. It doesn't matter who you are. If I tell you the people that didn't go in the rapture or in the dream, I mention names. In fact, you will sit up. Because I didn't mention names, some of you may think that this is normal. It's not normal. The people I saw in the kind of pedigree, the kind of credentials, the kind of people that we know and we respect that couldn't go. There are a lot. There are a lot of them. 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 In my case, in fact, I was asking myself why. Because when the thing started, I knew I was going. In fact, inside my heart, we just prayed last night with my kids and went to bed. So why? So it means that when the rapture is coming, God is not looking at faces. God is not looking at how many times you go to church, how many times you pray, how many times you read your Bible, or how many times you pay offering, and so on and so forth. There's something God is looking at, which I am urging all of us to go back to the Bible, go back to the basics, go back to the teachings and the doctrines of Christ. Let's look into the scriptures and examine ourselves, like Paul said, that examine yourself whether you are in the faith. You will know your relationship with God will reveal it. Scriptures will support it, will let you know. Everybody should do it individually. Don't look at your sister, don't look at your brother. Look at yourself and see how far and see the conclusion. You know whether you had to rededicate your life to God again, or you have to work hard, pursue hard. This thing we're talking about is not a joke. My brother, it's not a joke. The Lord bless you. The Lord make his face shine on you for taking your time to listen to me. This is a long audio, but I know it's going to be a blessing to you. God richly bless you. Bye-bye.